Hi, my name's Miss Barnes, and I'm a geometry teacher here at Hillyfield High. I have been working with Katie Sloan, your daughter, and I just wanted to kind of go over with you today a transition IEP that I kind of put together for her as a way to help facilitate her in this class better. First thing I want to talk about was Katie herself, and just a few things that I've kind of noticed throughout the year. She has a lot of strengths. One of them is she is extremely athletic. She is always doing track and field, talks about her coach and how hard he pushes her, and comes a little sore sometimes, but she is extremely athletic. And with that comes being extremely driven. Anything that she puts her mind to do, she does. And it's really quite a strength that she has. It's rare to see in a lot of kids these days. She's also extremely sensitive to others and to others' feelings, really kind of has a good sense of what's going on around her, and she's funny. She's always joking around and, makes everyone laugh in the class. I think a lot of this goes really well with her goals to the future. She talks about how much she wants to have her own family since she's so tight-knit with the family that she has now. She talks about going to the University of Florida, wants to be a veterinarian, and definitely having that drive and that sensitivity really will come in play with a veterinarian. A couple of her weaknesses, though, that I've noticed is her attention span is a little bit short. She's given a little bit too much free time. She kind of deviates from the task at hand. Sometimes she kind of just drifts off a little bit, and that kind of affects her discipline a little bit. She is a little bit of a procrastinator. If she's given too much time, she just ends up really putting it off, and so shortening the amount of times seems to help her. And sometimes she's a little bit shy. Although she isn't afraid to say hi to others, working in groups is a little bit tough for her. And I think all of this stems from the fact that she has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There are three types. There's a predominantly hyperactive type, a predominantly inattentive type, and a combined type. She's definitely predominantly inattentive. And she has medication. She's talked to me about that. She's kind of been off and on it throughout the year. But the medication definitely helps her with school, but hinders her in her social life. So just a little bit about the class. What is geometry? Geometry is the study of size, shape, and position of 3D objects and 2D figures. And we talk about coordinate plane, area and volume, symmetry, a whole lot of stuff. And I really like to get into the real applications of it, such as art, architecture, and for her with veterinary, size and shape of different bones, and that's going to be really important for her later on. And I like to do a lot of fun activities too. Computer simulators, I think, is great when it comes to geometry. Doing a lot of stuff with protractors and compasses, and a lot of outdoor stuff. Just get them outside, get them moving, and get them exploring how math can be in the real world. And my teaching philosophy really goes with that. I feel like I should be putting the focus where it belongs, and that's real world application, not memorizing formulas. Anyone can memorize a formula, but when you really get out there, the formulas are given to you, but you have to be very critically thinking of what's going on around you. And because of that, I really encourage questions. I actually have a question and answer board that can be anonymous or by name. They can leave me questions if they are too shy to ask in class. And it's because I don't want them just to learn, I want them to discover. I want them to ask what they want to learn, not just what's in the curriculum. I feel like that really gets them going, really gets them excited for the material. And it's a respect thing. I respect them as students, I respect them as human beings, and I know that they want to learn. So I want to teach them what they want to learn. And a very open and inviting class setup, I feel, is crucial to that sort of respect. If you distance yourself from the kids, they're going to distance themselves from you. So I try to have a really open classroom setup, which is shown right here. So Katie's performance in the class, she has phenomenal creativity with all the assignments. She is always going one step above what is asked of her. And she asks a lot of really thought-provoking questions that even I haven't thought of most of the time. And sometimes I have to have her go and help me find the answers for them because she really just thinks out of the box. And again, very determined. It's that drive that she has. She grasps abstract concepts really well. Formulas are not really her thing, but going into concepts and actually seeing, like Pythagorean theorem, actually seeing why it works, she really, really gets that. And while on the medication, her grades are top of the class. I mean, phenomenal. When she's not on the medication, her grades suffer a little bit, and I think that's because of the inattentiveness and kind of distraction that she gets. She has a hard time with memorization when she's off of the medication. Even just memorizing simple concepts is tricky for her. Easily sidetracked if given too much time. Again, if she just feels like she's got a lot of time, she kind of procrastinates a little bit. And a hard time working with others on the medication, and this kind of goes with the social interaction that I talked about earlier. She just is a little bit shy, and when she's on the medication, she's almost so intent on it. While it really helps her academically, it hinders her socially. I think that providing an organizer is something that I could really do in class to help benefit her and possibly all of her other teachers as well, and that's just every day giving her an organizer that talks about, it reviews what the material that she needed to know for today. It goes over the new material that we will be learning with the expectations, both behavioral expectations of her and also expectations of what she's going to learn today. Group activities that we're going to be doing so that she can mentally kind of prepare for that, and also independent learning. Also breaking it up into time slots. The smaller time slots, the better, because she can kind of focus in on that time and not feel like she's got an entire period to finish something. Computers are a huge thing, I think, that will be good for her. Again, she's a little bit inattentive, so it's all about keeping her attention, and computers really grasp that. They are really high speed. They've got instant results whenever you put something in. She gets to control how much stimuli she's getting, whether she wants more or less that day. Really interactive. She can click, and if she's building something online, she can actually take the blocks and put them on top of each other and see what she sees in her mind. Because again, she thinks it really well, but sometimes it's hard to put it on paper. And it's not just doing things like homework on a virtual thing. It's not just her typing out her answers. It's really doing programs that are fun for her. I mean, we could get into veterinary programs if she wanted to. I could find some free software to download on that, and just overall really getting a good grasp on it. And it's something that you guys can also help her with at home. These free applications you can download. She can go home and she can work with them and play with them, and you can work with her and just kind of really interact with that. The last thing is a lot of warnings for her. I think having something where she's warned, like at the beginning of class, what's going to be going on that day with the organizer. Also 5 to 10 minutes till the end of class, just kind of letting her know that so she doesn't think she has a ton of time, that she has to kind of keep working for that class a bit. And also just a warning about what's coming up the next day, materials that she's going to need, the lesson that we're going to be going into, and also the attitude and behavior that I expect of them the next day. Again, it's a respect. If I respect them and I explain to them how I need them to be with me, then I need to respect them and do the same. I hope that this was really enlightening, and I look forward to working the rest of the year with Katie. Thank you.